Lost, stressed, and still moving. I don't know what I want, and that's killing me. Opening. Have you ever stared at your ceiling at 2 a.m., phone in hand, scrolling endlessly, and then suddenly thought, what am I doing with my life? You're not lazy. You're not broken. You're just lost. And that's more common than you think. This isn't just another motivational speech. This is a conversation we all avoid, but desperately need. What happens when you don't know what you want? The modern paradox. Options everywhere, clarity nowhere. We live in an age of infinite choices. You can be anything, do anything. But ironically, that freedom has become a trap. Endless options equals decision paralysis. High expectations equals fear of choosing wrong. Social media equals constant comparison. You're not confused because you lack ambition. You're confused because everything seems possible, but nothing feels right. The world tells you to follow your passion, but what if you don't even know what that is? Why "I don't know" hurts so much. Not knowing what you want isn't just uncomfortable, it's painful. It makes you feel like a fraud, especially when others think you're doing great. Like a failure, even if you're hitting every milestone. Like a passenger in your own life, not the driver. I'm succeeding, but I still feel empty. That's the quiet crisis many young people face today. They're not falling behind, they're stuck in meaningless momentum. The brain versus heart, the internal conflict. When you don't know what you want, your mind and heart start to fight. The mind says, pick something, be productive, move forward. The heart whispers, but this doesn't feel right. And between that tug of war is your energy being drained, bit by bit. You might find yourself working hard at something you don't believe in. You might keep moving just to not stand still. False diagnosis. You're just lazy. Let's clear this up once and for all. Confusion is not laziness. Burnout is not weakness. Wanting clarity is not being entitled. The problem isn't that you're not trying. The problem is that you're trying without a compass. The silent struggle. Here's what makes it worse. Most people won't get it. You say, I feel lost, and they reply, you're overthinking. Be grateful. Just pick something. But feeling lost in life isn't a small deal. It's a crisis of direction, not just a bad day. When your identity is tied to clarity and you have none, your self-worth takes the hit. The bigger question. Let me offer you a new way to frame it. Maybe it's not, I don't know what I want. Maybe the real question is, am I willing to pay the price for what I truly want? This question changes everything. Sometimes, deep down, we do know what we want, but we're afraid. Afraid it won't be accepted, afraid it won't be profitable, afraid it means disappointing someone. So we tell ourselves, I don't know, when the truth is, I'm not ready to risk it.
Want versus willingness. Every dream comes with a price. You want freedom? It costs consistency. You want passion? It costs persistence. You want meaning? It costs discomfort. Are you confused or just not ready to pay the price yet? That's not a judgment. It's a reflection. And it's okay if the answer is not yet. You're not alone. Millions feel exactly like you. The guy with the fancy job but feels dead inside. The girl getting straight A's but questioning everything. The creative who knows they're meant for more but feels paralyzed. You are not broken. You're just in the middle of a very human transition. First step, allow yourself to be lost. Don't rush clarity. Let yourself be confused, just don't stay passive. Being lost doesn't mean you failed. It means you're still looking, and that's better than pretending you found it when you haven't. Closing thought. Direction over speed. In life, direction beats speed, always. Take time, slow down, sit with your confusion. Ask better questions. What gives me energy? What drains me? If no one judged me, what would I try? Confusion isn't the enemy. Avoidance is.
The pressure to be somebody. Why external validation is slowly killing your inner voice. Opening, the invisible prison. Most people don't realize they're trapped. Not in a job, a relationship, or a city, but in a performance. A performance for likes. A performance for praise. A performance for validation. You're not living. You're auditioning. How we got here. From a young age, we're taught to be the best, make others proud, avoid failure, impress the room. We call it success, but what it really is dependency on applause, approval, and achievement. Somewhere along the way, who are you became what do you do? And are you happy turned into are you successful yet? The hunger for attention. Let's be honest, most of us are chasing attention. We dress for it, post for it, work for it, burn out for it. Why? Because attention feels like love. Because validation feels like identity. Because praise feels like purpose. But here's the problem. When your self-worth is built on external approval, you're only as good as your last performance. The emotional roller coaster. Relying on external validation creates a dangerous cycle. You post something, it gets love. You feel high. You try again, it flops. You feel worthless. Over time, your joy becomes attached to numbers. Your confidence rises and falls based on metrics you can't control. This is how you lose your inner compass. You start living for applause, not alignment. The quiet loss, your own voice. You start silencing your own instincts. You ask, what will people think? Will this go viral? Will they approve? Instead of, do I believe in this? Is this meaningful to me? Would I still do it if no one noticed? This constant need for validation drowns out the quiet whisper of your soul until one day you can't hear it anymore. The dangerous chase. Enough is never enough. External validation is a drug. The more you get, the more you need. The higher you climb, the emptier it feels. The more famous, rich, or praised you become, the more hollow it feels if you never owned the why. You don't just want success. You want meaning. You want purpose. And those things don't come from others. They come from within. The identity crisis. Here's a hard truth. When your identity is built around what others see, any failure feels like you are a failure. You can't experiment. You can't explore. You can't change paths because people already expect something from you. And that weight is unbearable. The myth of be somebody. Be somebody. That's what we've always been told. But what does it mean? Usually, it means be impressive, be admired, be seen. Rarely does it mean be kind, be whole, be at peace with yourself. So here's the truth. Being somebody
is not the goal. Being yourself is. Flip the script. You don't have to be the loudest in the room, the most followed, the most accomplished at 25. You just need to be someone who knows themselves, honors their values, and lives with intention. That's rare. That's powerful. That's real.
Mental reframe, from outside in to inside out. Instead of asking, what will get attention, ask, what feels authentic to me? Instead of chasing, how can I be impressive, ask, how can I be real? Authenticity isn't just a buzzword, it's a foundation for long-term peace. Practical shift. Validate yourself. Start validating yourself. Keep promises to yourself. Celebrate small progress. Honor your boundaries. Choose rest when needed. Say no when it matters. Let silence be enough. You don't need to prove your worth. You need to believe it. Closing thought. The freedom of being unimpressive. Here's the paradox. The moment you stop needing to impress the world is the moment you finally start becoming someone truly powerful. Because your value isn't in your performance, it's in your presence, your alignment, your courage to show up even without applause. And that is freedom. The power of choosing slowly. Why clarity comes from action, not thought. The myth of sudden clarity. We've been sold a lie that one day it will just click, that out of nowhere we'll wake up and know this is what I want, this is who I am. But for most of us, clarity doesn't arrive like lightning. It arrives like sunrise, gradual, slow, and barely noticeable at first. You don't think your way into knowing who you are. You act your way into it. Why thinking alone isn't enough. It's tempting to stay in your head, overthinking every move, journaling obsessively, watching YouTube videos about finding purpose, waiting for the perfect plan. But here's the truth. You can't figure out a path by standing still. You discover direction by walking. You don't need to have it all figured out to begin. You just need the courage to take the next step, even if it's the wrong one. Clarity through contrast. How do you know what you want? By doing things that teach you what you don't want. That job you hated? It showed you your values. That major you dropped out of? It taught you what doesn't inspire you. That toxic relationship? It helped you realize your non-negotiables. It's not wasted time. It's contrast. And contrast is how clarity is born. The art of micro-choices. You don't need to choose your forever right now. You just need to choose your next right thing. Ask yourself, what am I curious about? What do I want to try even if I'm unsure? What feels like a small risk with a big lesson? You don't build a life by making one big decision. You build it by making 1,000 small ones, day by day. Stop waiting for a sign. Too many people sit around waiting for a cosmic green light, a moment that feels divine, a message from the universe, a guaranteed outcome. But maybe the universe is waiting on you, waiting for you to move, waiting for you to trust, waiting for you to stop doubting and start doing. Faith isn't believing everything will work out. It's believing you'll figure it out even if it doesn't. Building yourself through experiments. Think of your life as a lab, not a courtroom. You're not here to judge every decision. You're here to test, tweak, and learn. Try things, fail fast, reflect honestly. Every experiment brings data. Every experience shapes direction. Every effort, even if done wrong, moves you forward. The truth about fear. One reason we hesitate is fear. Not just fear of failure, but fear of looking foolish, of wasting time, of starting over. But guess what? That's how everyone starts. Every master was once a beginner. Every confident person once questioned everything. Every thriving career started with uncertainty. Courage doesn't mean you feel ready. It means you move forward even when you're scared. Fast isn't better. In a world obsessed with speed, find your purpose by 21. Build a six-figure brand in a year. Go viral overnight. We forget life is not a race. Purpose is not a prize. Fast decisions often lead to shallow outcomes. Slow decisions made with care, curiosity, and depth create meaning. So take your time, explore slowly, pivot gently, listen deeply. There is no medal for fastest life figured out. From pressure to process. Let go of the pressure to choose perfectly. Embrace the process of choosing honestly. This isn't about nailing your life plan. It's about getting closer to yourself. Choosing slowly isn't laziness. It's wisdom. It's maturity. It's trust. The people who build lives they love, they don't rush the becoming. They respect the unfolding. Practical takeaways. Here's how to build clarity through action. Say yes to small opportunities that scare you. Try things before deciding if they're you. Reflect regularly. What energized you? What drained you? Make peace with not knowing everything. Let go of needing every step mapped out. Choose curiosity over certainty. Closing reflection. Step into the messy middle. If you're in the messy middle right now, that space where nothing feels clear, where everything feels uncertain, congratulations. You're not behind. You're exactly where transformation begins. Clarity is not a destination. It's a side effect of showing up. Keep walking. Keep trying. Keep trusting. You don't find your way by thinking harder. You find it by living bolder. The balanced life isn't a myth. How to keep growing without burning out. The burnout loop. Let's be real. We're a generation obsessed with doing more. Wake up at 5 a.m., grind while they sleep, push through the pain. But here's the truth. If you burn yourself out in the name of growth, you're not growing, you're self-destructing. We confuse exhaustion with progress. But being busy isn't the same as being better. Balance isn't soft, it's strategic. Some people treat balance like it's weakness, like taking breaks is lazy, like rest is for the undisciplined, like grind culture is the only path to success. But the truth? Balance isn't soft. It's what makes your effort sustainable. It's not about working less. It's about working wiser, with rhythm, not recklessness. You can sprint hard, but not forever. The people who make it long-term, they know how to pause, breathe, and pace themselves.
Growth needs recovery. Think of your life like strength training. You don't get stronger while lifting weights. You get stronger during recovery. No rest equals no muscle. No reflection equals no wisdom. No balance equals no breakthrough. You don't have to earn rest. You need it to keep going. Know your signs of overload. Burnout doesn't always feel dramatic. Sometimes it feels like losing interest in what you once loved, snapping at people for no reason, feeling tired no matter how much you sleep, saying yes to everything and resenting it later, constantly comparing, rushing, chasing. These are warning signs, not flaws. Listen to them. You don't have to do everything. Repeat after me. I can be ambitious without being available 24/7. You don't have to answer every text. You don't have to join every project. You don't have to prove your worth by how much you carry. Boundaries don't limit your growth. They protect it. Focus is your superpower. One reason we burn out? We chase too many things at once. Start 5 side hustles, learn 3 new skills, network with 10 people a week, post daily on 5 platforms. Result? You're exhausted, overwhelmed, and moving nowhere. Want clarity, energy, momentum? Do less, but do it deeply. Focus isn't restrictive. It's powerful. It's freedom. Build rhythm, not rigidity. Balance doesn't mean every day is equally peaceful. It means you flow with intention. There are seasons to push, seasons to pull back, seasons to create, seasons to reflect. You don't need a perfect daily routine. You need a rhythm that adapts with your life. When you're tired, rest. When you're inspired, move. When you're unsure, pause. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. Redefining productivity. Let's redefine what it means to be productive. It's not how many hours you worked, how many tasks you crushed, how much you sacrificed. It's, did your effort align with your values? Did you make meaningful progress, not just motion? Did you leave space for rest, joy, and reflection? The world doesn't need more burned-out achievers. It needs more whole humans. Mental fitness matters too. We talk a lot about physical wellness, but what about mental maintenance? Protect your mind like you protect your time. Unfollow accounts that drain you. Say no to drama, even if it's entertaining. Talk to someone, a friend, mentor, therapist. Disconnect regularly to reconnect intentionally. You're not a machine. You're a complex, emotional, thoughtful human. Treat yourself like it. Slow growth is still growth. We live in a world addicted to speed, but fast isn't always fruitful. Fast goals, burnout. Fast fame fades. Fast growth often cracks. Slow doesn't mean stuck. It means rooted. A tree that grows fast is easily uprooted. A tree that grows deep can survive any storm. Don't rush your becoming. Respect the process. Honor the pace your soul needs. Practical balance tips. Here's how to keep growing without burning out. Schedule rest like you schedule work. Choose 1 to 2 big priorities at a time, not 10. Have phone-free hours or days. Practice intentional quitting. Let go of what no longer serves you. Protect your energy like it's your currency. Make room for joy, not just goals. Closing thought. Balance is an act of self-respect. Balance isn't about perfection. It's about self-respect. It says, I care about my dreams and my health. I want impact that lasts, not just applause that fades. I will grow, but I refuse to break myself doing it. You don't have to burn out to prove you're becoming someone. You already are, and you're allowed to grow gently. So, yes, keep dreaming, keep building, but breathe, rest, and stay whole. That's not weakness. That's power.